Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Greatly appreciate you all. How we doing? How we doing? It's time to talk some horror. If you guys are watching this on replay, make sure to like the stream and subscribe. If you like talking about horror movies, we do this almost every single day here. It's pretty damn cool. But thank you so much for being with us today. Let's get right on into it. Let's see who's already hanging out with us. We got JJ saying, KillJoy, we need you to create your own horror villain and get your subscribers, fans to fund it. We need your version of Art the Clown. Have you seen Chicken Man? Have you seen my Chicken Man short film that I posted earlier this year? Chicken Man is a great horror killer, says Horror Fan 3 right underneath that. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, I wanted to do kind of a brutal, like a little Terrifier inspired with Chicken Man. But I don't know if I'm gonna do more with that. I might. It's a fun little story that I would want to do. I would want to take it to some more outrageous and emotional places, rather than like what Terrifier ultimately became. But I don't know. I'm on the fence with what I want to do next. I kind of want to I've been making a bunch of weird little short films in the last couple of years, and I'm kind of just I'm ready to kind of I think I'm ready. I'm at that point where I want to step away from everything for a little while, kind of work on something for a bit, like just one big project, and just see what happens. Chicken Man, I feel like, was me stretching my legs. It's a Carpenter-inspired slasher. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's just I wanted to go through the motions of doing it, I guess. So I want to I guess I want to kind of get into like whatever the full feature would be next. But I don't. Yeah, maybe at some point I definitely want to get back to that. I think for right now, just YouTube's my focus. But we're getting into the filmmaking stuff at some point here. It's on the agenda. That's for sure. But JJ, I really appreciate that. That's really kind. I really appreciate you stopping by. Same with you, Horror Fan. Thanks for the love, guys. Michael Kelsey saying, question KillJoy Jake with this Martha Meeks possible Ghostface. I think it would be a nice way to go with a great accomplice in 7. But what if we find out something about Randy as the cliffhanger or partner? Like Randy's still alive out there somehow, and him and Martha are secretly the killers. We just got a little update with Martha Meeks in Scream 5, and she just seemed like the nicest mom who probably bakes some really makes some crazy pasta. You know what I mean? She's got like a secret recipe for some kind of crazy lasagna or pasta recipe. I don't know. She's got something cooking back there, and it probably tastes good. I didn't get the impression that she was Ghostface from that scene, I guess. She just gave me really wholesome vibes. She couldn't say anything nice to Dewey though, so maybe that's suspicious. I guess I just don't see her as suspicious based on her the two moments that we've seen her. She kind of comes off as more of just a fun mom type. King Matthew III also hanging out with us saying, what's up, Jake? How are you doing today? I'm freaking fantastic. How are you, my friend? Unfortunately, I can't join the stream because I'm at work, but my theory for Scream 7 is that Randy's voice is used. We're on a Randy kick today. I love it. Randy's voice is used by Ghostface when Mindy gets killed. Assuming that Mindy gets killed. Okay. I mean, that could be crazy. There's this whole theory about maybe AI voices are going to be utilized by the killers. I'm so on the fence of if that's going to work or not. I think it would be a nice play on what they tried to do in Scream 3, and it kind of falls flat in my opinion. So maybe you could use that for like modern day commentary about how, people use AI to generate a different voice. Maybe that's different than their own. And, there's some there's a moral ambiguity with all of that I feel like you could vilify with a new Scream movie, which would be fun. I think a lot of the people who make movies would really appreciate that with all the hard work we put into them, and then people are just cranking out AI things and getting a bunch of views. That kind of sucks. That's no fun. Always bums me out when I just busted my ass on a video or something, and then I see some guy made an AI video of a chimp flying into a hurricane, and that gets more views than the thing that I put sweat, blood, and tears into. It's just like that's a little frustrating to me. So I can't really get into AI. I think it sucks. I think it's cheap. Richard J. Skarenki is saying, well, so my point is I would love for them to comment on that. In this Scream is all about, what's going on in the horror genre, the movie horror genre. That's a great way to, I think that's a great thing to comment on, in my opinion. Richard J. Skarenki is saying, what's up, Jake? I'm going to a pumpkin decorating class tonight. That sounds like a lot of fun. So is it like where you're painting the pumpkins opposed to carving them? because I've done that before. We weren't allowed. I remember I was hanging out with some friends at college, and we weren't allowed to have anything like sharp in there, obviously. So, we were like just painting a bunch of pumpkins, and it was actually kind of cool. I had never painted a pumpkin before. I'm like, I've always just, stuck the knife in it a couple of times, made some crazy eye holes, called it a day. I got to paint like a whole pumpkin. I put like Michael Myers' face on it. It was kind of cool. So that was fun. But let me know, Richard J. Skarenki, how's it going there? What you getting yourself into tonight? I'm curious. Steve Kalinj is saying, yo, am I early? You sure are, fella. How's it going? Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you today? Steve, if that's your real name. Mikunda is saying, hi, Jake. Just saw the story on Instagram. Oh. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. Don't spoil the secrets. Secrets are coming, but don't you worry about it. I'm glad you're here, though. Just wait 4 more minutes. That's all I'll say. I'm waiting for more people to come in, and then I'm going to do a little bit. Okay, anyways, that's our little secret. Me and Mikunda's little secret. That's it. Okay, moving forward. Paula Fitzhenry saying hi Paula, how's it going? Welcome in. Thank you for being with us. Froggy Fresh Shit Posts, thank you for being a channel member. Saying hi Jake, me and my friend designed a fun size t-shirt from VHS Halloween. That is awesome. You sent it to Casper Kelly and he loved it. I have a pic of it and posted it in the Discord. What? Hang on. Hey, stop everything right now. Hang on. I'm pulling up Discord literally right now. That's the coolest thing I've heard ever in my life. I'm so serious. I'm gonna put this on screen when I got it, because that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. Just so you guys know, we do have a Discord, and if you're interested in joining, and you're, we had a little bit of a weird person drop in the other day, and we had to immediately kick them. So as long as you're a cool person and you don't say crazy, outrageous, real life scary things, then you are welcome in the. You are welcome to talk horror with us, as long as you're a peaceful human being. Where did you put this? Let me know. I didn't send the actual shirt, just the design. Do you have like a? Oh, okay. I thought you sent him like. It's still cool. I'm just curious. Maybe I'm missing it in here, because I want to see this now. That's just the coolest thing. Maybe art and collections. TV series. We have a whole bunch of crazy channels in here. A whole bunch of insane channels in here talking about crazy. There's a whole like section of our Discord just dedicated to GullGotha chat lore, lore that y'all created, which I think is fun. Where? I'm not seeing it, my friend. I'm so sorry. I'm not. It's in the main chat. I swear I was just scrolling in the main chat and oh, duh. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Oh, let's show here. Let's just wait. I got to flip around my screens real quick. Give me like 2 seconds here. We're doing this though. We're making this happen. This is important to me. You might not think it's important. It's important to me. I don't care. Hang on now. Here we go. Let's take a look at this. This is Casper Kelly's X account, Twitter account, whatever. Froggy Fresh Shitpost got a little retweet. This is an amazing. I want this shirt, by the way. I think this is really cool. Fun size. Very good stuff there, my friend. I love that. I love that a ton. Oh, man. Well, very cool, very cool. Very fun stuff, fellas. I appreciate. I thank you for sharing, because I thought that was really cool. Love that a ton. Sorry, got a little bit of a frog in my throat or something here. Let me just get a drink of something. That didn't quite do it. Hang on. Let me get another drink of something. Okay. Yeah. You know what? That's not doing it either. Let me get another drink of something just real quick. Hang on. Just still not doing it. I think I need yet another drink. Hang on, guys. Oh, okay. Nope. Still not doing it. 5th drink. We're gonna try the coffee creamer out. Nope, definitely not doing it. I think we need even yet another drink. Hang on, to clear the throat. Thank God I got this apple cider handy. Okay. Now I'm feeling better. All right. Thank God. That was the bit, you guys from Instagram. There you go. That's all I got. You're welcome. Adieu. That's what I thought. That would be hilarious. I'm going to do that on stream and see what happens. Anyways, let's get back to it here. I got to close up all these drinks now. I crack myself up even if I don't make anyone else laugh. That's what I'll tell you. Anyways, we got a super chat coming through. Jonathan Exler, thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. Thank you for the 5. Greatly appreciate that. You're saying, yo, Jake, did you catch my Instagram message about what might be a Spotify mistake ad? I don't know. I might have to check. Y'all are just sending me to all kinds of different areas of the internet in the first 10 minutes of this stream. I love it. Jonathan Exler. See, I gave up on responding to Instagram messages. I'm so sorry. I have like maybe 200 messages I need to respond to, and it's so overwhelming every time I open it up. I'm like I'm just like, oh my God. Jonathan, I see this though. You have crazy news. You can't find anything about it online. Your friend who knows I love Scream but doesn't know jack shit about it himself told me he got an ad on Spotify that was a phone call where someone said Sydney in what sounded like the Ghostface voice. He knows from TikTok, and she said, you're supposed to be dead. Then all he remembers is it saying this Friday. You sent me that on last Friday, so it could be this Friday. That's exciting stuff. Interesting. So I've been hearing rumors going around from people saying that they think the Scream 7 trailer is going to happen this Friday. That's when it's going to drop. I don't know. I'm not 100% on all of that, but there is a good reason why it could drop on Friday. We have this new movie coming out this Friday, which I just talked about in a new video I just posted to the page, so you might have missed it. You haven't seen it yet. All good. Basically, there's a new movie from Paramount, specifically distributed by the same company that also distributes the Scream movies. They're putting out this movie. It's like a romance movie. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if that's going to be it, but it features a ton of people from other horror flicks and also from Scream 7, from the Scream universe. So first of all, McKenna Grace leads it, who of course is going to be in Scream 7 later on this year. Then there's also Willa Fitzgerald, who is in the Scream TV series. On top of that, there's some other big name stars in it who are just from horror in general. Like Dave Franco from Together, Allison Williams from Get Out and Megan. Who's the other person? Mason Timms, who we literally just saw in a new movie last week, Black Phone 2. It's a ton of horror people. Like, I'm telling you, you're going to get a horror crowd at this romance movie. So could we get a trailer next week? That is absolutely a possibility, I think. Sure. Or this week. That could happen. That could be the case. I don't know anything about a Spotify ad mistake. You know, I have personally not seen it. I would want to see something, you know, not that I don't believe you, Jonathan. But I guess I would want, if I had a video or something, that would be crazy. But I do think that is interesting, and it could drop this Friday. There's a chance that it happens. And it would be cool to get that during the spookiest month of the year like this. So hopefully that's the case. That would be fun. Would be a nice thing to talk about to cap off the week. I really hope it's not Friday, because Thursday is going to be like my longest day all week. I'm knocking out, somehow I'm going to try to find a way to knock out Shelby Oaks, and Dream Eater very late. That there's the only show they expanded. If you're like, what the fuck is that, Jake? What is Dream Eater? It's this movie that I'm dying to see, and I said on a live stream maybe a few weeks ago that I didn't think I could cover it because I didn't think they were showing it in my area. They just expanded it, and now it's actually playing at my theater that's like in driving distance opposed to being an hour away. So I'm going at like the middle of the night basically to go see this crazy new movie that Eli Roth is a producer on. And I'm really excited for it, but I am going to be dead tired Friday morning. I'm going to be just brutalized, beat up. You probably won't see a video on it until this weekend. But if that's when the Scream 7 trailer comes out, then the horror gods hate me. the gods of horror are pissing in my mouth, basically. But maybe I'm into that. Anyways, Zoe Crawford is saying, would you take the substance if offered? Absolutely not. Oh, God. I saw what it did to Demi Moore. I can't even imagine what it would do to me. Astra's Edits is saying, hi, Jake. How are you doing? I'm freaking fantastic. How are you, my friend? Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Gory Tiger, what's up? What's up? Welcome in. Picky Piggy is saying, hi, Jake. Sorry if I'm late. You can come in and out all you want, my friend. I'm just glad that you're hanging out with us. Gina, my junkie Jordy, is hanging out with us too. Thank you for being a channel member, Gina. Thank you for being a mod. You're awesome. Who else is with us? We got, I know I saw some more new people that I'm just totally missing here. Jonathan Exler is also saying, thanks for the answer. Just crazy because he doesn't know anything about Scream, let alone Scream 7, but said you're supposed to be dead. So immediately I was like, oh, interesting. If that is the case, that's pretty crazy. Like if they're just dropping like early like secret teasers for Scream 7. Let me know if anyone in the chat can find this. I mean, there's a chance that someone could find it out there. So, Jonathan, thank you for bringing it to my attention. I will absolutely be on the lookout to see if we can find this. That would be a really fun video, really fun thing to talk about. It's cool too because I literally just talked about how in a video that I posted it 30 minutes ago. I just talked about how there's a chance the trailer could come out this weekend. People are speculating that. I'm leaning towards probably not, but there's a chance. You know, there is a chance that it drops this weekend for that Regretting You movie. Maybe some people see it Thursday night. I don't know. We'll have to see. Well, we will definitely have to see. I will actually be at the theater that day, so maybe I'll just sneak in over it. Over to that movie opposed to the horror movies I want to cover, because the Scream trailer that comes first. Come on now. That's way too exciting. Jonathan, thank you so much for supporting the page though, and thank you for the scoop. I'll be on the lookout for any crazy rogue Spotify ads. We'll see what's going on there. NRU Cody is saying, hey, Jake and chat, quick question. I'm getting some movies next week and some have a digital code. Can I give them to the chat next time you're live? Absolutely. We're live every day this week. You said that's going to be next week. We're also going to be live pretty much every day next week as well. It is the last 2 weeks of spooky season, baby. We're going to go nuts. And it bums me out a little bit too. I haven't gotten to all of my spooky movies that I want to get in. I still haven't watched a Halloween film this month. I still haven't watched Pumpkinhead, which is one that I try to watch every single year. I did get to Trick or Treat though. I did get to get a viewing of that one in there. Madison was a little more lukewarm on it. She wasn't really crazy about it, and that makes me kind of sad. But I'm gonna force her to watch it every single year, no matter what. So she's gonna like it eventually. That's my fiance for anyone who's new here. But yes, I really excited to get into some more spooky movies. Give me suggestions if you got some, because I there's movies that I'm like, gotta watch that before the end of the season. But I love taking suggestions. If there's any that you really like, throw them out there in the chat. Let us know if there's something that you watch annually during this time of the, during this season, during this time of the month, whatever. It's October, perfect time to put on a horror movie. Let us know what you decide to put on during this time. Let us know. Mikunda's saying, I want to watch Black Phone 2. Black Phone 2 is pretty good. I enjoyed it. I don't think I liked it more than the first one, but I thought it was good. Some people did really like it, maybe even more than the first one, which I think is cool. And I kind of, in my early review of the film, I even said, I'm like, I think some people are going to either really like this more than the first one or really not at all. Because it is a very different movie in terms of what is effective, what is not, than the first one. But at the same time, I don't feel like it strays too far away from its core concept. Like it's a different kind of movie. It's a different kind of animal for sure. But I feel like if you're a fan of Black Phone, you can mostly get into this new one. Is it effective in the same regards? Does it have the same emotional power as that first one? Maybe not. I do really like what they did with the characters, how they've grown up, how they have the trauma from the first movie, how that affected them moving into the sequel. That's, I think, done and handled pretty well. But a lot of the emotional stuff especially did not hit for me. That's what I'll say. Like that first movie, I was almost in tears because I'm just like, I just want Fitty to get out of that basement. And then he does. That movie's a couple years old now. I can spoil it. But 2, I feel like it doesn't hit on that. It tries, there's the setup for that emotional stuff there too, but it's just not as effective. And I think that's kind of where it lost me a little bit, especially because it is a sequel to a very emotional and powerful film. That's just my thoughts. Again, I think other people have different takes and theories or whatnot, but I still really enjoyed Black Phone 2. I don't think it's a bad movie by any means. I think it's just got some warts. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with warts. It's not like seams or, it's not ripping seams. It's not cracks in the foundations. And nothing like that in this movie. But just a few things that I was like, a little rough around the edges. But overall, really fun film. And I definitely recommend seeing it in the theaters if you can. I want a Black Phone 3. I'll tell you what, I did a whole video on it this week. And I actually really would love another one. Would love to see them close out the trilogy with one more movie. Raggedy Man, what's going on, man? How you doing? How you feeling raggedy today? Raggedy Ann, Raggedy Man. That reminds me of that rhyme from that one Korn song. Who knows what I'm talking about? If you do, you get bonus points. You're super duper cool. Raggedy Man, hi all. Hello. What's up? Welcome in. Appreciate you for stopping by. Eric Joe Noise is saying, hey Jake, hey all. Cheers from Eric Sao. Is it Sao Paulo? I feel like I always say that wrong. But you're from Brazil. That's so freaking cool, Eric. Thank you for being with us. How is it down in Brazil these days? Let us know. King Bull is saying, hey, yo, what's going on, everyone? Hey, yo. King Bull, what's up? You rewatch the Nightmare on Elm Street movies during this time of year. Great choice. A very great choice. I love watching the first one. The first one bangs, dude. The first one is maybe one of my favorite slasher movies. I have a good time with it every time I put it on. It's a really good movie. Dream Warriors is growing on me. I've just never liked the ending of Dream Warriors. I think it's a very fun film up until then. It's kind of got the requel structure that so many people hate, but when I watched that movie for the first time, I'm just like, this is a requel. This is literally a requel, but back in the 80s. It's the same structure as like a Halloween 2018, what would you call it? Like a Scream 5. I mean, it's those kind of movies, but back in the 80s, which I think is so cool. Love Dream Warriors, though. I do. That movie is a major banger. And New Nightmare, man. I mean, I think Wes Craven has made the best Nightmare on Elm Street films, in my humble opinion. New Nightmare and the original, those are that's cream of the crop for me personally. But I will say, I think Black Phone 2 is an honorable mention when it comes to the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise now. It's so Freddy coded, man. Not the same thing, and there are some, if you've seen it, there are some deviations to the typical Freddy rules. One very big one, which if you know the whole idea of Freddy being in dream world and versus reality, that's something they play around with in this one, which I think is actually pretty damn cool. But again, they find ways to stand on their own 2 feet. But it definitely is a nightmare-influenced film at the same time, which I think any horror fan can kind of get into that. If you gotta like Nightmare on Elm Street. There's just too much fun, weird shit happening in that franchise. Come on now. NRU Cody is saying, I'm getting Christine Carey, The Amityville Horror, 1976, and the remake of The Blair Witch Project, as well as Army of Darkness on Blu-ray. Super pumped. I'll make you a deal. Can you just give me the Blair Witch Project remake digital code? and the chat can have the rest of them. I'm kidding. I'm just joking. I really love that movie. My biggest horror movie hot take for those of you who are new here is that I've just never been crazy about the original Blair Witch Project. I know it's a classic and I totally respect it for what it did, but it's just not my cup of tea. I love found footage too. Found footage is probably one of my favorite subgenres, but I've never been crazy about the Blair Witch Project. I do love the crazy remake though. That is scary as fuck and kept me on the edge of my goddamn seat. That is a phenomenal film in my opinion. I wouldn't call it like top 10 found footage movies of all time, but it's up there. I think it's a really solid. It has 2 sequences in particular that I think are just genuinely terrifying. There's one, the ending sequence in general is one of the scariest found footage sequences I think I've ever seen. My God, that whole chase at the end is wild, but lots of good stuff. I love that movie, and I don't own it. I don't own any Blair Witch Project movies, unfortunately. But one of these days, we're going to make it happen. Kelly Stroh-Snyder, thank you so much for being a channel member. You're saying happy Tuesday, Jake and chat. It certainly is a happy Tuesday, Kelly. Thank you so much for being with us. Greatly appreciate you for stopping by. Sarah Campbell's also saying a perk of working from home is getting to sneak in a little midday stream. Hello, Sarah. That's got to be awesome. Oh, hell yeah. I love going live at 7. Because I think more people are available then, but it's just it interferes. Why is that so hard for me to say? It interferes with time with my fiance that I get to hang out with her during the week. So I've been doing these 3 o'clock streams now. Thankfully, we still get some folks who come and hang out, but I know a lot of people have been saying, Jake, go live at 7 again. The 7 o'clock streams definitely do better. But Sarah, thank you so much for stopping by for one of our more chill and intimate streams. That's what we'll call this. That's my excuse. That's my 3 o'clock excuse. And thank you for being a channel member too. Thank you for the support. Really does mean a lot. Cody is saying found footage is peak. Hell House LLC is up there. I still haven't seen the 5th one. Isn't that on Shudder now? And that's actually not found footage, interestingly enough. The whole series is up until that one. I love the first Hell House and I love the 4th movie a ton. Those 2 rock. 2 and 3, I think I want to rewatch them. I don't think I really loved those, but I want to give them another try for sure. I have not heard good things about the 5th movie, but I absolutely will try it out. We'll watch it at least once because I'm curious. I'm invested in this series. You know, there's some cool things happening for sure. But I love that original. If you haven't seen the first Hell House, peak for sure. Peak found footage without a doubt. King Bull is saying for months people thought that movie was real until the actors came forward, and that's why I respect it. And that's why Blair Witch has my utmost respect. It's the craziest marketing campaign for a horror film of all time, and nothing will ever top that. But do I like the final product? I don't know. I wish I thought it was real. If I thought it was real, that movie would be terrifying, but it's kind of just three people screaming at each other in the woods for like way too long. I don't even think that movie breaks 90 minutes. It feels like it's 2 hours. I just have never been crazy about it, unfortunately. Zoe Crawford is saying, gotta hop on Fortnitemares for the Ghostface and Jason collabs. Oh, absolutely. We're streaming, I'm streaming as Ghostface and Michael. I have the Michael Myers skin too. I'll be streaming that on Wednesday night. Really excited for that. It's going to be fun. We are also streaming some Repo tonight over on the gaming channel. So tons of gaming streams coming up in the next couple of days here. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we will be live on the gaming page. Mostly doing horror stuff this week. We had some complaints. You know, we were getting into some different kinds of games, kind of deviating from horror games lately. So we're back to it this week, playing some Repo, playing some Fortnitemares. And yes, that's a horror game, damn it. It's got horror characters in it, and it's scary. You can pick up a chainsaw now in Fortnite and rip somebody to shreds. Little did I know the first time I played that game in 2 years the other night. So it was a ton of fun. But stop on by the streams over there too. Definitely going to be fun, and we are almost fully monetized over on the gaming channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for that support. Greatly appreciate it. Paul is saying I like The Conjuring better than the Blair Witch Project. I kind of do too. It's a hot take. I know it's a major hot take, but man, I think I like I vibe with those movies a little more. I think I have more fun with those, but I feel it. Pat and Jester's also with us saying, just got here. How you doing? I'm fantastic. I'm phenomenal this afternoon. If you didn't see the bit earlier, I have 100 fucking drinks sitting next to me right now. Which one will I drink next? I don't even know. We'll have to find out. Zoe Crawford saying, I already read that. Zoe, you're awesome. Thank you for being here. Cody saying, speaking of Fortnite, Art the Clown is coming to the item shop tomorrow night. That's why I'm streaming tomorrow night. Maybe I'll buy him. Maybe I'll actually pony up and decide to spend money on a cosmetic skin. We'll see. Aren't you going to be doing a GullGotha stream? Oh, yeah. Cody was already getting into that. Yeah, I sure am. We're doing a Repo stream tonight, Fortnitemares tomorrow, Water Park stream on Thursday. So the Water Park streams may be my favorites. I'm going to be honest. That's my absolute favorite one right now. Yeah, we're hearing a few things about the Scream 7 trailer, you know, going back to what Jonathan was saying earlier. We heard from viewer Anon today, moments after I posted my video about the Scream trailer too, which bums me out. We heard that he's kind of saying that might happen. We might get that trailer on Friday here. And let me pull this up because I forgot the exact wording. Oh, wow, that's kind of a big update. Hang on now. Director Michael Chavez says the Conjuring series is definitely over. Okay, buddy. It is done. This is the final chapter. That's why we called it Last Rites. It's the last one. There's no other Conjuring movies. It is absolutely the end. We'll see about that. Well, someone's going to need money soon, and that'll change, I'm sure. But for now, we'll see. Okay, guys, listen. We just had another big update, and I have to bring this up. Oz Perkins is not a human being. I'm convinced of it with this update. Osgood Perkins, The Young People, has entered production for a 2026 release via Neon. This guy is unstoppable. What kind of drugs? He's got to share with the class, man. He's got to share with whatever kind of drugs he's on. He's got to share with the class. He's put out, that would be 4 movies in 3 years. That's outrageous. What? That's so many movies. Long Legs from summer of 2024. We had The Monkey at the top of the year. We have Keeper in a month. And then he's going to be probably over the summer of next year. He's going to have another freaking film out. This guy is a madman. What? I totally didn't even get to the thing that I wanted to talk about because I just saw that and I'm just like, oh my God. Dude, he's unstoppable. That's wild. Okay, hang on now. Let's get to this thing, though. Let's get to this Scream 7 update, because I want to talk a little bit about this. So the Beyond reporter said something about teasing the idea of a Scream 7 trailer happening next week. And viewer Anon responded to this saying, potentially it's with The Running Man, just depends on whether it goes out for its international or US release date. And that is a big thing too. You know, when will the Scream 7 trailer actually drop? Well, you know, that's kind of anybody's guess, I think, as of right now. But I think it is interesting to note that it will likely drop with the next big, like, horror adjacent Paramount release, Running Man, which is in the middle of next month. But could it drop with Paramount's release this weekend, Regretting You, which also features some horror people? If you're just joining us, that's kind of the conversation. I'm curious what you guys think about all this fun stuff. A Scream 7 trailer this weekend, do we think it's coming in the next couple of weeks? It's probably going to be, you know, attached to some sort of one of these Paramount releases coming out in the next couple of weeks. I think that makes the most sense. Who else do we got with us? Sarah's saying, my first exposure to Oz was as a side character in Legally Blonde. I know exactly what you're talking about. And that is the impression that stuck with me. So it's been hilarious watching him release all this horror. I was really on the fence about Longlegs, and I've grown to like it. I've really grown to dig it a little more. I still think it's maybe a touch overrated, but I do really like it quite a bit. The first Osgood Perkins horror film I saw, however, was The Blackcoat's Daughter, which is it's an A24 movie from a very long time ago. I believe his directorial debut, if I'm not mistaken. And he's also made some other flicks. I saw this movie he made called Gretel and Hansel, not Hansel and Gretel, the other way around. It's got Sophia Lillis from the It movies in it, and I don't remember the rest of the cast, but it's pretty good. It's solid. I don't think it's great, but it was a really interesting watch. Nice little period piece. You'd almost mistake it for a Robert Eggers film, which I think was kind of cool. Very visually stunning for sure, without a doubt. Got a crazy third act as well. I never saw his second movie. He made a movie called, like, I'm the Pretty Thing in This House. I love the title. Never saw it though. I hear it's very slow from friends who have seen it, but loved The Monkey at the top of the year. I thought that was hilarious. Keeper looks scary as fuck from some of those things we're seeing from it. So definitely down for that. I think Longleg fans are probably going to really enjoy this new movie he's got coming up on the horizon here. But I almost feel like Oz, he's got to have some silliness in there. And I like that about him. That's one of my favorite things about his style. There's always a little bit of wackiness, a little bit of goofiness in there. And that always seems to work with me. And the monkey to me is just expanding that as far as he can possibly stretch it without it breaking. And I think that's why I really, really enjoyed that film. It felt like it was playing to his strengths in a lot of ways. And now we're going back to the darkness, which I feel like there's some goofiness in Longlegs, which makes a lot of that darkness not work for me, but I'm curious what happens here, you know? And then whatever this next project is of his that is apparently going to release in 2026, I don't no fucking idea what that's going to be. This guy is on some kind of drugs though. That's my guess. That's how else do you put out 4 movies in 3 years? That's crazy. But I love it. I'm definitely excited for some more craziness from him. We'll see what it's all about. Who else do we got hanging out with us? We have Jacob Wells. What's up, Jake? How you doing? Hi, Jake. It's Jacob Wells. I love your name, Jacob Wells. Yes. Oh, let's go, baby. Apparently, Paramount is more into advertising the Evil Monkey movie first before Scream 7. So don't worry, Evil Monkey first, then Scream 7. Well, that is how they are going to be released. Primate in January, Scream 7 in February. I mean, doesn't that make sense, right? We're 3 months out from Primate. And then next month, we're going to be 3 months out from Scream. So I think that makes sense. I hope Scream fans don't take it personally, but that's just how they market movies, my friend. But we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening with it. I think we're probably going to get a trailer, a teaser very soon. I don't think we're going to have to wait too much longer here. We're about to be in that green zone, that Goldilocks zone, one might say, where the thing's going to drop right on top of us. Really excited. I'm just excited to get some footage. That's going to change the whole dynamic of the conversation. You know, once we actually see what's going on in this movie, I think it's either going to give me a lot more faith in the film or the opposite of that. And we'll see. We'll see what they decide to show us. Hopefully not too much. Tiffany is hanging out with us. What's up, Tiffany? How you doing? You didn't love Longlegs, but loved The Monkey. Looking forward to Keeper. Besides, I love Rossif anyway. Is that somebody in the movie? I have done no research on Keeper. I've actually been very in the dark about it. But I'm kind of okay with that. This looks like a movie that I would want to go into blind. Oh, Rossif Sutherland is Malcolm. I think I knew that. Maybe I didn't know that. Tatiana Maslany from The Monkey also going to be in there. I don't know the rest of this cast. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm just looking at the rest of the people here. I'm like, I have no idea. Tess, Degenstein, Claire, Freese. I don't know any of these people, but this is awesome. Definitely excited for it. Definitely excited to see what Keeper's all about. We'll see what's going on. I really loved The Monkey, though. That was the one I fell in love with almost immediately. I thought it was hilarious. So definitely had a good time with it. Definitely had a good time. And I'm hoping to see a different movie from Keeper, though. Something that is equally as effective, though, which would be fun. We have Sorry I'm Cursing. I'm going to finally watch The Long Walk tonight. I hope it's as good as some have said. I don't want to overhype it to you, but what I will say is it was like an immediate in my top 10 of the year. It made me cry. I was I was incredibly sad. It's a sad movie. And if you like sad horror movies, that one delivers. So that was a top 10 of the whole year for me, like without a doubt. I'm like, come on now. It might be one of my favorite Stephen King adaptations, but that's all I'm going to say. And hopefully I didn't hype it up too much. I really liked it though. Michael C is saying hi. Hi, Michael. How you doing? What's up? What's up? What does the C stand for? I feel like I've asked you that before, but I'm just a curious little lad. And I like to ask questions. Michael C. Hall, perhaps? Jacob Wells, the Scream trailer comes out on Friday. That's the rumor. Pat and Jester's saying, I hope you're right. I don't know. I guess we don't know. Let us know what you think, though. My theory is that it could be in front of Regretting You, which is a new Paramount distributed movie. It stars McKenna Grace, who is also going to be in Scream 7. And it's also got a bunch of familiar faces who are in the horror realm. So will this happen? Will Scream dominate the theaters this weekend? We'll just have to see. People can see this one early on Thursday night, too. So if there is a Scream trailer attached to it, go see Regretting You Thursday night, and maybe it'll be out. We'll see what happens. Tiffany is saying, oh, that's Donald. Oh, wait a minute. Donald Sutherland. I know who that is. Oh, cool as fuck. Okay, rock on. Yeah, okay. I'm embarrassed to say I saw him first in the Hunger Games, and that's where I know him from. But yeah, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I'm like, I know there's a bigger thing he's from. Come on, there's a bigger credit to his name. Very cool, very cool. Love that. And yeah, he also, Kiefer Sutherland. Right. Okay. I'm learning all kinds of things from today's stream, Tiffany. just so you know. Cody's saying, finally got my friend Lexi to watch The Black Phone, and she said she loved it. Best movie she has seen in a while. Black Phone was really good. I really enjoyed it. I will say, that movie, the first time I saw it, I don't know if I was over the moon about it, but my theater fucking loved it. Oh my God. I mean, they were cheering and losing their minds when Finney escaped at the end. It was a very big, it felt like a really big release. Like you could feel the energy in the room. People were really vibing with it. I was like a little more lukewarm on it. The more I've watched it though, the more I've really come around to the film. I think the second watch especially, I'm like, okay, this is fucking scary, man. Black Phone, dude, and Black Phone 2, two things I don't hear people talking about with this movie. Lots of reviews going around. These two things need to be talked about more. One, Atticus Derrickson's score is terrifying. It is so creepy. It feels like it's got this nostalgia energy to it with these like really major melodies, but then you have these like creepy chain scratching noises in the background, and it just gives off this nasty atmosphere that I loved. Especially all the sequences with the Super 8 stuff with the kids. That's all I'm going to say if you haven't seen it. Great score. There's also a jump scare in this movie that sent me across the freaking theater. It's one I had already seen in the trailer too, and it blew my freaking mind. I'm like, oh, that was not the way I thought that was going to be set up. So, man, there's a lot of things I really enjoyed about Black Phone 2, but there was two moments of that where I was just like, this is so terrifying, and oh my God, horror. Samantha Robinson, I'm so sorry to hear about this. Hey, Jake, sad news. Your cat fan, George, passed away this morning. I'm so sorry, Samantha. That's terrible to hear. I'm really sorry. I hope you're doing okay. Hope the grieving process does, goes a little smoother. I'm really sorry about all that. That really sucks. I had a cat pass away a few years ago, and I was really bummed about that. Back in 2019, it was a cat I had like pretty much since I was really, really young, and just really, I was just in tears. Whole day of tears. It was rough. So Samantha, I'm really sorry about that. Nothing but love to you. Thank you for hanging out with us. Really appreciate you a ton. Cody saying best scene is when Robin is teaching Finn how to fight with the phone. We watched a movie, guys. Hate that scene. Oh man, hate, like capital H, hate that scene, and I think it's so funny. I don't mind it. It's cool, you know. But I for me, my favorite scenes of that whole movie is just everything between the grabber and Finney in the basement. That drama is done very well, directed very well. Some great dialogue there. Excellent stuff. Pat and Jester saying, guys, let's hit 10 light super chats so we can talk horror for another hour. I mean, if y'all want, the ball is in your court. So that's what I'll say. Kyle Brandon saying, what's up, Jake? Siren's Curse was amazing. Don't even be saying that, Kyle. Don't even be saying that right now. It was amazing. A 1.5 hour wait for Fastlane, but it was crazy. I'm jealous, Kyle. I'm green with envy. I want to go on that. I want to go on that ride so bad. I live in Ohio. I'm very close to Cedar Point. I want to go on that ride so bad. I still haven't been able to go on the new Top Thrill Dragster. And Siren's Curse looks insane from the videos I've seen. So I'm very jealous, and I imagine that wait was worth it because that that coaster looks terrifying, dude. Oh man! Oh, Kyle's rubbing it in. He just like Art the Clown, getting salt in the wounds right now with this. Top Thrill 2 was great. Been on it 3 times now. Kyle just came in here to brag. That's what happened. No, Kyle, I'm just messing with you, man. I hope you had so much fun at Cedar Point. It's a blast. I've gotten to go so many times in my life. I'm very thankful. Just not in the last couple of years when they have some of the coolest new roller coasters ever, and I am a little bummed about that. I gotta say no, but I'm really glad that you got to go on both of those. And I'm not jealous at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, Cody's saying, do you ever think they would reboot or remake Basket Case? How could you? How could you do better than a little guy in a basket screaming at you for almost the entire movie? I mean, how do you do better than that, Cody? Let's get Robert Pattinson to play the little fella. Little is his name Belial? I haven't seen that movie in forever, dude. Let's get Robert Pattinson to play that guy, and he just moans instead of screams. That's what I want. If they make that movie, then I'll watch it. No. No, I kid, of course. What do you guys think? So that's another, we brought this up earlier, but the Conjuring franchise is over, says Michael Chavez. That's it. We're never making another one. Do we believe that? Is that a bunch of tomfoolery? I think it's a bunch of tomfoolery. Kyle's saying, my very busy though. My wife and I were there from 1:30 to 11:30 p.m., mostly waiting for the rides, but worth it. Yeah, if you said you had the fast pass too, and you were still waiting for like most of that time. That's pretty crazy. How were the waits with the fast pass? Because we were, Madison and I were talking about doing like a single day for the next season, just going on Siren's Curse, going on Top Thrill 2, buying the fast pass, and just like running through the park in like a single day. That was kind of our plan, which sounds similar to yours. Was it worth it? I guess that's my question. Was it worth buying the fast pass? Because I know that they're expensive, dude. They're up there now. So let me know. I'm curious. I'm curious what your thoughts are. Froggy Fresh Shitpost is saying, on Halloween night, I'm either going to rewatch one of the many Halloween timelines or watch the entire Shudder run of VHS. You already know I've done that so many times. Honest to God, like I'll have free days and I'm like, well, guess I'll watch, have all these different movies that I bought a long time ago and still haven't watched on my shelf. And then I just end up going to Shudder and watching all those movies again because there's so much fun. Oh my God. So fun. That's a great choice though. I'll tell you what. One of the Halloween timelines is what I might do. My buddy Connor and I were talking about the Thorn trilogy, which we both kind of love and we both kind of hate. So we have things we love about it and things we don't like about it. And we were kind of going back and forth about it. And I'm just like, man, that kind of sounds like it would hit the spot right now. It's weird. It's like, it kind of has like this straight to TV vibe about it. It feels a little lower budget, a little lower quality, but it's a vibe and a half, man. It feels like I'm watching some like special program on TV as a kid. You know, I think there's a vibe about those movies that is absolutely something to strike and a good time for sure. Do I not have I don't have all chat on, and that's why I'm not seeing all the chats. There we go. Rock and roll. Patton saying, no, it's not. The Conjuring doesn't need another movie. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. But the Conjuring Last Rites made like a gajillion dollars, though. So, like, are they going to, like, you think they're going to make another one, though? I feel like they're probably going to make another one. Warner Bros. They're going to get somebody to do it, I feel. Even if we don't want one, I feel like Warner Bros. Is going to be like, but why don't we just have one? Just one more. Just one more little fella. Let's put him out there. I feel like it's going to happen. We already have Curse of La Llorona 2 happening, and literally nobody asked for that. They're making another one of those now. They're shooting it right now in Buffalo, New York. Linda Cardellini's not in it, which I think it's going to suffer from a lack of Linda. But they're shooting that right now, which is pretty crazy. Kyle Brandon saying, don't go in October, but Fastlane is worth it. Did you see Skeet's newest interview when asked about Scream 7? Face was beet red when he said he was not in it and knows nothing about it. Kyle, you're just coming into this chat and you're saying some crazy stuff right now. Because I was scouring the internet for Scream 7 stuff this morning. Like, I put out a big Scream video. What do you mean there's a new? Send it to me. Send it to me. Where is this? Scream 7. I was scouring the internet for updates. I'm like, where? Hit me with something, buddy. Oh, okay, hang on. I think I found it. I'm going to click on this real quick. Yeah, here. Oh, I totally see what you're. Okay, I see what's going on. Yeah, I'm going to like that. Put it in my thing. I might make a video about that. So there is a video of Skeet here. And he's beat red. All right. I did find it. Yeah, it's a short. I just found it. It's so, in all fairness, Kyle, it is from a month ago. Because I'm looking for updates, and I'm just like, if there's a new Skeet Ulrich interview that I fucking missed, I'm like, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to throw all these drinks that are on my desk right now on the ground, is what I'm going to do if I miss that today. No, I'm just messing with you. But yeah, I will. I'll totally bring that up at some point, dude. If he's not in it, I'm gonna be shocked. Like, how is he not in it? What do you mean? Skeet's in all of these new movies. Like, of course he's in this one. Come on now, Billy's coming back. He doesn't know nothing about it. He's a big liar. He's coming back in some way. We'll see it. We'll see it happen. Cody is saying, do you think we will see any more Randy tapes in Scream 7? I mean, it's a possibility. Scream 7 is going to be fan service the movie, so I think that absolutely could be the case. Definitely think we could get some, like, any sort of callback to the past that they can make happen. They're gonna in Scream 7. I'm actually I put out a little theory today about what David Arquette's role is going to be in the new film. I literally think it's just going to be like a cameo flashback that doesn't serve the story, but it's there, baby. It's there, and it'll be. And Dewey will be in the film, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong, and I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong on this one. David Primero is saying, why is the grabber obsessed with young boys? David, I don't like that you said, at the end of that. Don't like, no, I'm just messing with you. I don't know. It's messed up. He's a scary, crazy guy, and now he's in Fortnite. Isn't that a little weird? You know, isn't that character's a playable character in Fortnite now? Kind of weird. I'm with you. I'm with you on the weirdness. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. Cody saying, screw you, Kyle. I'm going home. Damn. Brutal. Adam Lupus interview. Oh, is that like where it's from? Is that like where it stems from? I'm going to write that down just real quick because I may have a whole nother Scream video. I have a Terrifier. I've been working on a Terrifier 4 video all week. And I'm going to get it out, damn it. But I may have a whole nother Scream video too. You can't stop me. I got so many videos. Hey, Davey Deathray is with us. Davey, did you get my email? Because I sent you like an insane amount of emails about some dumb shit that isn't happening. You did. Okay. You sent back to me. 8 p.m. Okay. We are. I haven't checked my email like all day. I had something come up and then it completely got obliterated. So I'm so sorry about the absolute insane emails sent your way. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Davey Deathray and I are going live this Friday at 8 o'clock. I'll be live over there at 8. He's going to be live for 10 fucking hours straight. Davey's awesome. Subscribe to his channel. And this is a big charity event. He's going for 10 hours for charity. Davey is so cool like that. Go subscribe to his page and check out this stream this Friday, baby. Stop on by. Davey, you're awesome, man. Thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you for being with us. And I'm really excited for that stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, let me write this thing down because I'm going to forget about it. Adam Lupus interview. Okay, rock on. Let's get back to it, baby. Eric Joe Noyes is saying Halloween 4 released today in 1988. Ooh, that's exciting. Okay, that's what I'm watching this weekend. Because I need something. And that's totally going to be it. I was just talking about what Halloween movie am I going to put on? It's Halloween 4, baby. That's going to be the one. Joe Bet Gret is also with us. What's up? How you doing? Thank you for being a channel member. Greatly appreciate you for stopping by. Means a lot. Thank you for being here. Froggy Fresh Shitpost is saying, I recently saw Skeet Ulrich in The Craft from 1996. Great movie. Weird that Nev Campbell was in it too. Fun movie. I believe it's on Shudder, but I don't know because I'm always somewhere different on my VPN. I know of that trick too. I love The Craft is a top 10 90s horror movie for me. I love it. I think it is fantastic. It is right up there with Scream in my humble opinion. I think it's just a phenomenal movie. It's basically like the 90s version of The Lost Boys, but with witches. I mean, come on now. It's awesome. It's got a great cast too. Rachel True, Nev Campbell. Oh my God, what's her name? Fairuza Balk. And I can't remember the lead's name off the top of my head. Something. Robin Tunney. I'm not going to look it up. I'm going to remember it. Robin Tunney, baby. She's phenomenal. And her fun fact about that movie, her head was shaved. That's a wig she's wearing in that movie. She shaved her head for a movie she did the year before. And she is bald in that film. Little did you know, which I think is fun. Cheryl is saying, is Melissa Barrera really out for Scream 7? Cheryl, unfortunately, yes. That's pretty legit. Like, it's not like smoke and mirrors, not rumors or anything, not people speculating online. No, she's likely out for this new movie, which is really sad. Big reason for that is because the studio put out a big statement saying that they didn't like some of the things she was posting, even though, in my opinion, and you can ask around other people, they may have something else to say, but in my humble opinion, she was just trying to say that, hey, genocide is a bad thing. And I think we can all agree genocide is not a good thing. A bunch of people dying, a bunch of innocent people dying. I think that's a pretty bad thing. And I think that's all she was trying to say. And the studio, I think, took it the wrong way, which is unfortunate. So I don't believe she deserved to get, I don't think she deserved the axe. I don't think she deserved to be booted. Not at all. And that's why I'm still going to talk about her. That's why I'm still going to support her. I'm really excited for this new movie she's going to be in called, oh my God, I already forgot the name of it. Black Tide, I believe. It's an orca horror movie, which I feel like we don't get a ton of those. Orcas are scary animals, dude, and that's freaking awesome. So definitely excited for that. It's going to be Melissa Barrera alongside, oh my God, I forgot. John Travolta. I just reported on it today. Come on now. I'm excited. I think it's going to be awesome. Very excited for it for sure. Cannot wait for that. So Melissa Barrera still making horror movies, no worries, just not in Scream anymore. And if you're wondering, hey, will she ever come back to Scream? Well, I wouldn't. Would you work with a company that called you, nasty names, like some of the worst things ever, career-ending names? I wouldn't. And I think any self-respecting human being wouldn't. So I don't think she's coming back to Scream anytime soon. But maybe, just maybe, one day Spyglass doesn't have those rights anymore. And then we get some sort of follow-up with the Carpenter sisters. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but I think it's a possibility for the future, and I think that would be awesome. That would make me very happy. So Cheryl, thank you for hanging out with us. I hope you continue to keep the conversation going. Thanks for being here. Pat and Jester saying, yo, Jake, when are you going to upload that Terrifier 4 video? Tomorrow. tomorrow. I got a big Terrifier 4 video tomorrow. I've been thinking about it all week, trying to figure out what to do. And I'm basically gonna just kind of group up a lot of very, very, very small updates. And then I might try to put a little theory in there as well. But there just has not been a whole lot to talk about regarding Terrifier, unless you want to cover the HHN stuff. And I don't live in Florida, and I can't get down to Florida right now. So I feel left out of the Terrifier conversation right now, but the coolest thing happening with Terrifier is the HHN house, and what am I going to do? Just talk about it from afar? People are literally going in there and filming it and covering it and hanging out with Art the Clown and shit. That's awesome. I can't compete with that, you know? So I'm just kind of like, I'd throw my hat in the ring if I could, but I don't got anything. I'm not going to, my buddy proposed with one of the Art the Clown actors out there, which is so cool. Josh Petrino, who does the special effects for the last two Terrifier movies, he did the VFX specifically, and he actually had one of the Art the Clown actors propose, like, you know, give his like girlfriend at the time the ring, and now they're engaged, which is so cute. So I think that's awesome. I can't compete with that, I guess is my point. But I will have a little Terrifier 4 update tomorrow. Again, there just hasn't been a whole lot to talk about in that realm. I love talking Terrifier, though, dude. Last October was electric. Just going on and on and on about all the different crazy Terrifier 3 updates. I definitely want to get back to that. And I'm sure after the Scream 7 coverage in the next couple of months, that's going to be the focus of the page again. But we're definitely getting to it. I will have a Terrifier 4 video tomorrow because there is a lot of weird little sporadic stuff I want to talk about. But we'll definitely talk about it soon. Oh, and yeah, you were the one that told me about Calva Louise. They fucking rock, dude. Love them. That band is awesome. And I really appreciate you sending me that, because I thought that rocked very hard. I totally forgot about that. Ooh, I meant to say something about that to you as well, Pat and Jester. No, I appreciate that recommendation, because that band freaking rocks. It almost sounds like she's got like a poppy vibe to her, and then there was something else too, like almost like a Deftones thing maybe. There was another. I was like hearing some other influences in there that I thought were really interesting. I'm definitely gonna have to listen to it all again. But really liked that artist. I thought that was great. And you were very right about the crunchy breakdown. Very crunchy. Raggedy Man, I still haven't seen The Crow. I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting about that. Got to make that happen. Raptor Crasher is with us. It turns 22 tomorrow. Very exciting. Happy early birthday, my friend. Thank you for being with us. Greatly appreciate you. Thanks for being with us. Happy early birthday. I'm glad you're celebrating with us, silly fellas. I think I should do a stream with Mike from We Watched a Movie. I would love to. I got to meet Mike last October, so not this past, not right now, but literally a year ago. I spilled the beer on him, and I still feel really bad about that. And we had a great conversation just talking about horror movies and YouTube and stuff, and he's a really cool dude. So the We Watched a Movie guys, they're great, and I'm glad they're friends, so I would love to have them on the page at some point. They're just as busy as I am, though. I'm always trying to get people on the page. It's just tough to find time to make it happen. Would love to talk with them at some point, though. That would be fun. You're saying it's never going to happen officially, but after that comparison, I need to go see The Lost Boys versus The Craft. Oh man, that would be fun, wouldn't it? They're very similar movies. I mean, they're coming of age stories, just with, you know, different groups of people from somewhat different time periods. I mean, they're very close, and they're less than 10 years apart, I believe, in release, because that was 96, and I think Lost Boys is 87, if I'm not mistaken, or it's late 80s. I know it's late 80s. I think it's 87. But I've always really I've always loved The Lost Boys, and then I watched The Craft for the first time, and I'm like, this is kind of just The Lost Boys, but in the 90s. You know, I love it. This is great. So I've always been a very big, ever since I saw The Craft for the first time, I've loved that movie. It's a ton of fun. It's got a great soundtrack too, just like The Lost Boys. Like if you want some good, like, basically it's 90s music, but like a lot of 90s music in movies was covers of 60s tunes with a 90s sound to them. A great example of this is that Hey Bulldog cover from the Beatles in I Know What You Did Last Summer, but it's from what is it, Toad in the Wet Sprocket. There's a bunch of stuff like that in The Craft. It literally opens with a Beatles song, one of my favorite Beatles tunes, Tomorrow Never Knows, off of Revolver, but it's a cover, of course, and it's It's so good. Oh, I knew that's when that's the moment I knew I liked the movie, from the opening sequence. I'm like, one of my favorite Beatles, a cover that I've never heard of one of my favorite Beatles tunes. Let's go, baby. So there's a lot to love about The Craft, I guess is my point. Some great stuff in there. Magnificent Logo saying, what's up, Jake? I have returned. I'm glad you've returned. Thank you for being with us. What's up, my friend? Horror is saying, yo, what's up? How are you? Someone recommended me your channel, my friend, and I don't even think I knew that you had a whole page. Hang on now. There we go. I have subscribed. Bam. You're almost at 1,000, dude. That's really exciting. Very exciting stuff. Horror, thank you for hanging out with us, though. Appreciate you a ton. Thanks for being here. You just got yourself a new subscriber. Michael C is saying, happy early birthday, Raptor. Love that. Love the love in the chat. Glad you're enjoying Calva Louise, Jake. Certainly an underrated band for sure. Without a doubt. Horror is saying, thank you, Jake. Of course. I got you, dog. Jake, have you seen the movie When Evil Lurks? Highly recommend. Really disturbing. Oh, absolutely. Oh. Yes, I've seen When Evil Lurks. It really messed me up. I think it had me a little. I think I got it overhyped because I saw it later than everybody else. And everybody was telling me, dude, it's the greatest movie ever. And I think when I actually sat down and watched it, it wasn't exactly the greatest movie ever. It is very good. But is it like the greatest horror film to ever grace God's green earth? No. But I've come to really appreciate it now that the hype train is over. I've come back to it now and I'm like, that was fucking awesome. I've seen it twice now. And it really does get under your skin. It is a terrifying movie. The dog scene in particular, everything about that just is upsetting. It's one of the scariest things I think I've ever seen in a movie, if I'm being honest. So I get why it gets so much love. Davey saying, Jake, Horror's channel is awesome stuff. Her voice and cadence is effing awesome. Davey, I think it was you that recommended it to me, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody recently was like, oh, dude, yeah, you got to check out this channel. So very good stuff. I love that. I love that a lot. Very good stuff all around. Lots of love here in the horror community, damn it. Kevin Cameron is saying, have you seen The Walking Dead? I really want to like The Walking Dead. I got to the point where they kill Glenn and then I was off. I was just like, you killed the best character. They continuously kill off the best. They bring up these characters, they make them great, and then they kill them off. It is a cycle that after a few times of that happening, I quit TV shows. Is that unfair? Maybe. And I hear that there are good seasons of The Walking Dead beyond that, but they done me dirty too many times in that show. And Glenn getting his head bashed in, as well as Abraham, which were like the two best characters keeping me invested in the show, die in the same sequence. And that's where I was at. I was like, I'm done. Sorry. That's where I draw the line. So I have not revisited The Walking Dead ever since I saw that episode live on air. And I was so disappointed. I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I can't anymore. Y'all are just trying to make me mad. Y'all are just trying to rage bait me out here. So I kind of gave up on The Walking Dead, but I think those first 6 seasons, while they do have ups and downs, are pretty damn fantastic. A lot of really good stuff happening in there. A lot of really cool human villains that they explore, and you gotta love Greg Nicotero doing the effects. Legendary FX artist, so it's really cool to see him a part of that franchise, that series, I should say. I also hear the spin-off shows are pretty decent too. I again haven't really tried those out, but I'm hearing good things. Mostly, Zombies in New York, that always works for me. My favorite zombie movie ever is Zombie from 1979, which both starts and ends in New York City. So I can't say no to Zombies in New York. That's really interesting. That's a great mix for me, at least. What else is going on? Raptor Crasher is Horror's 945th sub. Can we get... Okay, guys, we're turning this... Listen, I'm only going to be streaming for a little while longer. Can we get Horror to 1,000 subs? I think we don't have enough people to make that happen, but can we get her close? I think we can make this happen. Horror is saying, zombies aren't my thing, but my girlfriend named our cat after Maggie. Oh, that's cute. I like that. I like that a lot. That's as far as my zombie liking goes. What kind of horror movies do you like? Are you a Scream fan, I guess? Wasn't your profile picture just Scream? Did I not just see that? Yeah, I'm like, there we go. You're at 947. We could get you to 1,000 subs on this stream. It could happen. Samantha just look at that. Look at that. You did a video on Sidney Prescott versus Sam Carpenter. That's really interesting. I did a similar video a little while ago, kind of talking about differences between those characters that I really like. You also played the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, I'm seeing. Very cool, very cool. I played a little bit of that. I played a little bit of it. I wasn't as... It's just like, there's a lot of Dead by Daylight clones, I feel. Not as... I guess I'm not as crazy about those. I like me some Dead by Daylight. What can I say? Yeah, Scream is my favorite, but you love psychological, slasher, and paranormal. I'm with you with all those things. I love a lot of those. Most of my favorite stuff I feel falls into those categories. I love paranormal stuff, or like supernatural stuff like that. These are typically some of my favorites that I come to. So. Davey Deathray saying, let's freaking go. M needs to hit 1K before Halloween. She busts her butt on that channel. Let's show that love. Show some love to M's channel, Horror, guys. She's almost at 1,000 subs. That's pretty damn cool. She's like 50 away right now, which is so sick. I'm literally just refreshing to see how many how many people we can get. We got you up to 948. So can we at least get to 950? 2 more people from the chat. Can you all go subscribe to Horror? I'm looking at the videos she's posting on here. She's got some high quality thumbnails, some pretty nice looking stuff. She made a video, 5 horror movies you'll love if you liked I Know What You Did Last Summer. I mean, that's got to be a banger right there. Come on now. Banger after banger. Let's make it happen. Cody got you to 949. Can we get one more? Come on now. You're at 950. Look at that. Okay. We did some damage, baby. Ugh. How did this turn into a sub to Horror chat? I don't know. Why not? Why not? Let's have some fun. I really liked your profile picture. I really like the Scream. You got Ghostface hanging out behind you. So I thought that was cool. So I think you deserve some subs. That's what I think. I saw the profile picture and I'm just like, that's pretty cool. Pretty sick. Pat and Jester just got you to 951 too. So you're making some progress. Loving this. Loving this stuff right now. Very good stuff. Raptor Crasher saying we love you, Horror. That's so funny. I love it. See, there's nothing but love in the horror community. Some very good stuff. I didn't know I could do that. You can just switch the stream to a members only stream. I didn't realize you could do that. That's crazy. I'm not going to do that, but I'm clicking on things that I can do. I didn't realize that was an option. I'm all scatterbrained today. Apologies on that. But anyways, Ben Urban, thank you for the 5, my friend. Really appreciate it. Saying, what's up, KillJoy? What's your thoughts on Art the Clown murdering Emily Crane at the carnival as the opening of Terrifier 4? That would be fucking crazy. Oh my God. I kind of think I would love that. I'm going to be honest. That's really fucked up and I'm into it. That would be a really good way to give me the backstory, I feel, because it's playing into some things we already know, but showing us how it really went down. In a lot of ways, and we don't know too much about this event, I could almost see the Emily Crane murder being like the Maureen Prescott death in Scream. It's what kicks off the Ghostface massacre and murders that would follow it. And whatever happened with Emily Crane and Art the Clown, this is the impetus of his whole, him running around killing people, probably his first kill, probably why the vision of Emily Crane comes to him later on in Terrifier 2, which is played by the same actress as the little pale girl. So Ben, I am very much with you in the sense that I think that Emily McLean, the actress that portrays that character, I could see her coming back for the next one. I could see her somehow being in this next movie, reprising the role of the character. Which, like, dude, the little pale girl was fucking awesome. Can we just, like, I would love to see, like, her and Vicky somehow in this next movie. Because I loved them as little side characters, little side killers. So definitely want more. Definitely want more from these characters if we can make it happen. I love that. Horror throwing 5 out there too. Thank you for the support. Saying, I know the goal ended, but I appreciate you, Jake, and this awesome community. Thank you for the love. Of course. Of course, yeah. Anything we can do. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you're so close. You're literally so close to 1,000. We got to get you there. I mean, oh my God, you're at 954 now too. It's happening. You're gonna get there very soon. I'm telling you. And you've only made, like, I don't mean to say this to diminish it. You've only made 63 videos. I mean, that's really good. Like, seriously, to almost be at 1,000 already from 63 videos. Like, put it this way, I've made over 2,000 videos for this page. And it's outrageous. You're on track. You're killing it. Like, I can just tell by looking at your page. You're doing a really good job. So keep moving, keep busting it out. It's a lot of work, but it pays off. It really does. And I can just tell from glancing at your page as somebody who's been doing this for 6 years, that you put a lot of work and a lot of effort into this. So very good stuff. I'm excited to see where you go next, and I hope you get monetized soon. I really do. So nothing but good luck, good vibes for you, my friend. Thank you for being with us. You're saying, yeah, literally started just over a year ago and then took a little break. Thank you. That's awesome. That's all good. I take breaks. I honestly do take breaks. It feels like I don't. I've been going nuts for like 3 months straight now, but every November I take a very long break, and I'm gearing up for that. We're going nuts these next 2 weeks, and then I'm going to take 4 days off, and I'm going to have my own little spooky season all to myself. I'm just going to watch movies for 4 days straight. I'm not even kidding. I'm literally just gonna lay there and watch some of my favorite movies for like 4 days, and my fiance is gonna just yell at me the whole time, just saying like, what get to work, what are you doing? And I don't blame her for that. You're also saying I got the super chat monetization, just need the ad breaks. I'm working on that with my second channel right now, and it's tough because you're like, I'm so close. Like you could see the goal, it's in sight. So no, I feel it. You got this though. You're gonna make it happen, and hopefully we can help you out a little bit with the subs, which is really exciting stuff. So again, thank you for supporting the page, and I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully we can get you up there. Davey's also saying M will be a part of the fundraiser marathon this Friday as well. She's a good friend of the channel. Very nice, awesome. Well, that's exciting stuff. And guys, we're promoting our friends this stream now. That's what it's become. Davey, I said this earlier, but I'm saying it again because seriously, I think it's awesome that Davey's doing this. On Friday, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern time, Davey is going to go live for 10 hours straight for charity. He is so freaking cool, and he has just a insane ensemble of people coming to the stream. I will be there at 8 p.m. Eastern time to chat a little horror with him, and he's going to be 8 hours into that stream, so I'm going to come with a lot of energy. I'm going to drink like 3 cups of coffee and maybe a Red Bull beforehand so that I'm going to give him some energy, try to toss some of that from me to him. So definitely stop on by for that. Pretty much any time Friday. I wish I could give you a time, but he's going to be live for 10 hours. It's crazy. So definitely stop on by for that as well. Davey Death Ray's channel. Really excited for that coming up very soon here. Marty B414 is saying, hi, Jake. First time in a live stream. Love your content. I love you, Marty. Thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciate you, my friend. I'm so sorry. I just saw your comment. The goal with the streams here is I want to talk to y'all. I want to talk to y'all. I want y'all to, whatever your thing is right now in horror that you want to talk about, we're putting it up on the big screen. So if you like that, come to the live streams. It's a lot of fun here. You're also saying the Scream 7 news is new because you have the Jaws shirt on. I just made that. Isn't that crazy? Yes, I just made that video this morning. And believe it or not, we actually have more. I literally uploaded it. I'm like, yes, video done. And then I go on my phone and I got another Scream update. And I'm just like, you just can't win them all some days. So I might have another Scream video later on this week. It's about the trailer. It might come out at the end of this week. Maybe. I got into it a little bit at the end, but we got another little thing from a third-party source that I personally trust regarding the trailer. Maybe coming out this weekend, or maybe it's coming out in the middle of November. So I think either or. I think it's a 50-50 chance. That's what I think right now. But I am definitely excited, and I want to see that trailer. I want something. I want some footage. I want some footage, baby. Put it in my eyeballs. Raptor Crashers is saying, has anyone seen the house that Jack built? I have. It's terrifying. It is one of the most brutal and mean-spirited movies I think I have ever seen in my life, but there's still a lot of fun to be had with it. Is that kind of messed up? I think it is still somehow manages to be a very fun movie despite all of that. I'm like scratching myself because I'm like, It's a really dark movie. I don't know if I want to call it fun of all words, but I really liked it quite a bit. Raptor Crashers. That one's freaking brutal. For Misery Gaming saying, Jake, did you hear the recent news about Warner Bros? It is 100% going to get sold sometime soon. How do you feel about this after Warner Bros had the best horror movies this year? I never like when, this is one of the major studios. I never like hearing that one of them is going to get bought by somebody else. We have a major problem when it comes to film studios, a looming problem that, all these companies are going to buy each other and there's just going to be one big conglomerate. You know what I mean? The whole point of movies and studios like this is that we all can approach things differently with different results. If there's just one person approving everything and there's just one studio that makes movies, one big corporate engine, a lot of movies are going to feel exactly the same. Warner Bros. Movies feel very different than, Universal movies, for instance. They greenlight different kinds of projects and this, that, the other. There's different personalities involved that work with these different companies. I mean, look at what happened to 20th Century Fox after Disney bought them. Doesn't a lot of their stuff feel a little more Disney nowadays? I mean, listen, I loved Alien Romulus. I really, maybe even more, liked Alien Earth. I finally finished that. It was great. And the new Predator movies, also fantastic, but they got a little more of a different vibe and a personality. I think that's because you have different people kind of running the show now. For me, I think I don't love that. I don't love hearing that Warner Bros. Is going to get bought. I don't like that Apple is probably going to buy Disney. I don't like that, this, that, whatever. We've had a ton of reports like that in the last couple of years, and I really don't want that. I really don't want that to just be one big gray corporate conglomerate is doing every single movie we see. That's no fun. I don't know. So I like that we have a bunch of major studios like that are all competing. I say just let them go, let them do their thing. And we got to have we should have more restrictions on if big companies like that can get to a certain size. Like there's got to be a wall. There's got to be not a wall. There's got to be a ceiling. There's got to be some sort of ceiling. But that's getting into a whole new conversation, I think. Pat and Jester saying, I've been autocorrected quite a few times while typing stuff in the chat, and it's annoying. I hate autocorrect as well. I feel that quite a bit. By Phenomenal 22 is saying, love your channel, dude. Thank you. Appreciate you. And thank you for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with us. McDucky is saying it's bad if you know the behind the scenes stuff. What do you mean? Is it bad if you know behind the scenes stuff? Behind the scenes stuff kind of makes, like, if we're just talking typical BTS for movies, that kind of gets me a little more excited about stuff. But maybe you're talking about what we were just talking about, like stuff with studios and shit. I don't know. I need context. Hit me with some context, baby. Davey is saying Disney has botched it all, unfortunately. Instead of riding the wave of fandom that these properties have, they insist on blowing the whole thing up and trying to create a new fan base. Why? Why, you might ask? I think they're saying, I think what's happening is that a lot of studios are trying to get like a new fan base because they know that the old fan base will show up for whatever. But doesn't that kind of suck? Doesn't that feel like they're just tossing like the old fans to the side? I hate that. I get it. I understand wanting to, build a new fan base. But why can't you do that with what's already on the page, I've personally enjoyed a lot of these new continuations, not all of them, but from the 20th Century Fox stuff that has come from Disney, I did like, again, Alien Romulus, very solid. I don't think it's anything that tops what came before. Same with Alien Earth, same with Prey, same with Predator Badlands. But am I still excited for these things? Yes, absolutely. I am still excited for it, but I think that a lot of the stuff that Disney has bought and done more with, for the most part, I agree. I think they have botched Star Wars, like, especially. And I'm not like, Star Wars is a really tough thing to talk about because a lot of people have criticisms that are just like really low, like just really low blows. And it's just like, dude, come on. That's not why it sucks. It's the writing. You know what I mean? It's the writing that's so bad about these shows, not the, I'm not going to get into it, but there's a lot of talking heads on YouTube who will say some things about modern Star Wars that I'm just like, yeah, is that why it's bad? I don't know. It makes me scratch my head. I have not been a fan of how they've written a lot of those shows. Feels a little lazy, feels a little sloppy. There's a lot of technical stuff about the shows that, like, you can just, it's just a little thing, but it's just kind of like, man, this is on one of the biggest streamers out there, and it feels a little just a little sloppy, you know. That's kind of my big thing about it. But I think I agree with Horror saying Disney used to be so magical, and now I don't know. I don't know if it's as magical now. It feels a little more like gray corporate slop, and I don't like slop, baby. I want a full course meal when I sit down to watch something. I want some 5-star restaurant kind of quality, baby. Come on now. I have to be looking at my phone. I have some friends coming over very soon. We're going to film something for a YouTube video. Fun fact, I have all kinds of projects in the works, ladies and gentlemen. But guys, if you have not subscribed to my other channel, I just started a new page called Jakey Retro. You're not going to see a ton of content over there, but when you do, when something does go up on there, it's going to be freaking awesome. And I have 2 videos coming out next month. I'm not going to be able to get a Halloween video done, unfortunately. I just have way too much to do in the next 2 weeks. But I do plan on having hopefully 2 videos out in November. And both of those videos we are currently preparing for right now because they're going to be even bigger than the video we posted this month, which is wild. So lots of fun stuff happening on this new page. Go subscribe, go check it out. And we're covering Bring Her Back next month, as well as the Creep Tapes season 1 before season 2 comes out. So 2 big videos are going up next month for that channel. We're going to try to figure out how to make that happen on top of running 2 other pages. But oh my God, they're going to be fun. We have some really fun things in store that I got planned. So Austin Allman is with us saying, I like your beard, Jake. Thank you so much. I can't stop picking at it. I might shave it off my damn face for that reason. But I'm glad you like it. Victor Cruz is saying, Jake, what's up? How's it going? What's up? What's up? What's my costume for Halloween this year? We didn't get any freaking pictures from the Halloween costume, from the Halloween party, I mean, we went to. But Madison and I went as Tatum from Scream and Ghostface, and you'll never believe who played who. She's a redhead, by the way. So yeah, no, we were Tatum and Stu, technically, I guess, right? But I was just in the Ghostface robe. I had to take it off though because there was a bunch of kids at this party. It was a friend of ours who has kids, and a bunch of other kids were there, of course, and I was scaring them all very badly, so I took it off. So Madison just kind of looked like Daphne. Everyone was like, "Are you Daphne? What's going on?" It was kind of funny, but yeah, that's it. We forgot to take a photo though, unfortunately. Passam is saying, I low-key think in Scream 7, Anna Camp's character is going to be Ghostface, and she'll target Sydney because she's madly in love with her and wants to act as her savior, but it's just a theory. I think you want some crazy, enemies to lovers kind of relationships to happen in here. That's what I think is going on. You just want to see Sydney and Ghostface make out. That's what I think is happening. No, I'm just messing with you. Yeah, that might be kind of interesting though. Character who's like doesn't want to kill Sydney, just maybe loves her. That's an interesting new motive. That's not exactly the same thing we've seen. I think there's a way you could write that for sure. That's interesting to me. I really just like the idea of she's Sydney Prescott. She's the final girl that no Ghostface could kill, and I want to be the one to do it. That's like, it's so simple. It's right there. I almost feel like if they don't do it, anything else is gonna be lesser. That's like the best. I feel like that's the best motive for bringing back Sydney Prescott to the screen and having a reason to do it. Having some sort of argument to say, hey, no, this is why we can still tell a Sydney story. It's because this story is all about her. She's the only character that could fit as the lead character of that particular story. So I don't know. I'm kind of just like, for me, I guess I've talked myself out of any other theory. If it's not that, I guess I'm just going to be disappointed. I hate to say that, but I really feel like that motive's way too good to pass up on. How can you not do that for Scream 7? Jake has IRL friends. I know. Nobody clip that. No one put that information out there, guys. No one can know I lie in every video, okay? No one can know that I lie at the top of every single video when I say I don't have friends, I have horror movies. I will be so mad if people clip that. I'm just kidding. Necro Mechanimal is saying, anyone seen your host? My buddy recommended it, but I don't trust him. That's really funny. Your host, no. Oh, hang on. We have a scoop, though, baby. Eric Joe Noyes is saying, I watched about 30 minutes of it, but didn't finish it yet. For a while was okay, but then it started to tire me a bit, if you know what I mean. No, I understand that. I understand getting tired of it and just kind of being like, whatever. At a certain point with some, I've done that with a few movies. Maybe I was just kind of tired and just nothing was really gripping me. I was just like, I don't even know what this movie's about though, so I feel like I'm not giving it a fair shot. Hang on now. Your Host movie. Oh, this is a new movie, dude. Oh, wait, this is the Jackie Earl Haley movie. Wait, I know exactly what this is. It's Jackie Earl Haley and he's like a slasher, right? He's kind of playing into the whole, like his take on Freddy Krueger. I read a review of this one. I was hearing mostly good things about it, if I'm being honest. It's about 4 friends who wake up to find themselves trapped in an abandoned factory. Their captor, Haley, Jackie Earl Haley, is a deranged host in a terrifying mask who forces them to play a deadly game show. The only way to escape is to win. I mean, that sounds kind of cool to me. I don't know. Kind of sounds like Saw and, you know, like wacky Saw. I can get into wacky Saw. Davey saying Jake starting a YouTube channel was just an elaborate ploy to finally get friends. I know, because I did the same thing. Yeah, pretty much. I was talking horror movies with all of my buddies. And they just looked at me like I was weird and didn't know what to say. So I started this page and now I have 37,000 people I can talk horror movies with. So my evil plan worked. That's what's up. So it's an evil scheme that seems to work, Davey. I love it. Coop is saying, hey, Jake, I got a little tall. I thought you said I got a little taller. And I'm just like, congrats. You got a trailer theory. Okay, rock on. What if they show Scream 7 exclusively for the re-release of the original, then on the 27th, or with, The Running Man. I'm like, TRM, what's that? It's officially released. I would be really bummed because I don't think I can go for the re-release of the original because I really want to see it. I really want to see this trailer, man. But we'll see. I definitely feel like they're going to do some kind of crazy shit because the fans are foaming at the mouth. Fans are foaming at the mouth for something. So I think we'll definitely get something at some point. But like, are they going to release the trailer in a weird way like that? I wouldn't put it past the marketing team. You know, that'd be really exciting if only a select group of people got to see it. They kind of just did that with The Strangers Chapter 3. I don't know. Have they officially released that footage online? That there was a teaser for Chapter 3 at the end of Chapter 2. And I'm not sure if they actually put that out or not, but it would be a cool way to do it. It would be a cool way to kind of put the trailer out there first. Now Davey has friends. How deep does this conspiracy go? Davey's like, I don't have them yet, but I'm hoping sometime soon. Just keep going with the plan, Davey. You gotta do if you do the eyebrow wiggle, you'll get friends. See, it's working. Anyways, Austin Allman is saying, have you seen the video of the people rapping to get out of saw traps? I have not. But that sounds hilarious. Official Mig on Tip is saying, yo, what's up, people? Sorry once more for being late. That's okay. I was busy, but after all my chores, I took a long nap, but I'm here now. I hope you had a nice nap. I wonder what that's... See, I'm an old man now, and I need naps in the middle of the days. Guys, I have some really bad news. By the way, I have some extremely bad news, and I'm not even joking. I'm so serious. I had a gray hair. I had to pull a gray hair from out of my beard this week. It finally happened. A long gray hair sticking in the beard, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting old. It's actually happening. Here it is. I'm not even 30 yet, dude. Gray hairs in the beard. You're gonna see a silver fox Jake here pretty soon. I'm gonna just have like, you know, Matthew Modine from Stranger Things. I'm gonna have the Matthew Modine. Jake is Unk. Yeah, I've been at Unk status for a while now, buddy. No, but I'm gonna have the Matthew Modine haircut where it's like the straight up, the white hair at a certain point. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna do touch of gray and everything. This is a dream of the past, is what this is right now. It's gonna just be that at a certain point. I have lots of gray hairs. I'm probably older than most. It's all good. No worries. No worries. I'm just it happened this week, you know. I've been waiting all my life is not the right terminology, but it did happen, and I'm just like, Lord Almighty. Oh man. This is rough. McDucky is saying, "Don't worry, I've joined when Jake did his intro." I'm glad you're here, McDucky. Thank you for being with us. Victor Cruz is saying, "I have a white hair and I'm not even 25." That makes me feel a little better, Victor. I'm so sorry, but that makes me feel a little better. I'm going to be honest. No, I'm just messing around. But dude, I'm literally like, I was just I was trimming it up a little bit and just long white hair right here, just coming off and I'm just like, dude, what's going on right now? Everyone's putting the gray hair out there. I know, man. I'm doing the Matthew Modine. I'm telling you right now, I'm doing this the rest of my life, for the record, the YouTube stuff. I'm going to go full on Matthew Modine at a certain point, just straight up, slicked back, pushed back, as our friends over at the I Think You Should Leave Netflix series would say. And I'm just going to go straight up, just Matthew Modine at a certain point. It's going to be great. Jake, have you been able to see 7 Bloodstained? No, I have not. You told me about that the other day. That's really I love that title though. I literally remember saying on stream, I'm like, that's the coolest title to anything I've ever heard of in my life. It's on Tubi though. I remember because I looked it up. 7 Bloodstained Orchids. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I don't even need to know what it's about. That title is just way too cool. What? 7's like a scary number, and then orchids stained in blood? I'm in. I'm sold. Well, that's my alarm, ladies and gentlemen. I have friends coming over. Again, this is our little secret, okay? Y'all can't tell anybody that I have real friends in real life, okay? That the catchphrase, it works too well. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for subscribing to Davey Deathray and Her, because that was a very big part of this stream. And thanks for supporting the page too. It really means a lot, guys. So y'all rock. Y'all are wonderful. And we'll be live again tomorrow, same time, 3 o'clock Eastern time. Stop on by to talk some horror. I'm sure we'll have some more updates then. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out. I'm watching that Orchids movie tonight.